So I know I'm kind of late to all the hype, but let's talk Spider-Man 2. On this channel, I've really mainly only been talking about DC stuff, DC games, DC anything. So I think it's about time we talk about the most hyped superhero game coming out this year. Maybe not only superhero game, but just video game period. So I'm just going to be covering some leaks that I've been going through. I've been seeing for like the past few weeks over some videos and articles that I've seen. So the only facts that we have about this game is that it's going to be darker than the first two Spider-Man games. It's going to feature Venom and Kraven the Hunter, and that's going to feature both Peter and Miles. We don't know whether or not we'll be able to play as Miles and Peter, but it's kind of just a given they're both in the game and that we already have Miles' own game. And we also don't know if we'll be able to play as Venom, but most people are hoping that we'll be able to. So according to these leaks, the main villains will be Venom, Green Goblin, and Kraven the Hunter, and the side villains will be Wraith, Mysterio, Shocker, Big Wheel, Sandman, and Paste Pot Pete. Honestly, I have no honestly, I have no clue who Big Wheel and Paste Pot Pete is, but yeah. So there is a list, like I said before. The only main villains we know are confirmed are Venom and Kraven the Hunter. We know in the first Spider-Man that we had Norman Osborn and Harry. Norman had Harry locked up somewhere trying to cure him. And we also saw in the end of Miles Morales that Harry is still in New York in one of Norman's labs. We saw that in both games, actually. So some of these leaks claim that Norman Osborn is actually going to be a Green Goblin in this game, and that Harry is going to partake in the symbiote, and he's going to be Venom for some part, and that Eddie Brock is going to be Venom for another part. I also mentioned Wraith, who apparently is Yuri Watanabe, which I didn't know. And if you don't know who that is, she appears in the first Spider-Man PS4 game along with the DLC and everything. She's pretty much just like Spider-Man's partner throughout the game and DLC. And throughout some of the DLC, you'll start to notice some changes with her and her attitude and how she goes about taking out villains. She just has a whole different attitude when it comes to taking out villains. And that takes me on to one of the main plot points to this game, according to the leaks, of course. And that is that the game starts off with Peter and Miles hunting down a serial killer. And that serial killer is apparently going to be Wraith, also known as Yuri Watanabe, also known as Spider-Man's partner. So if this is true, there's definitely going to be some clashing between Spider-Man and Yuri. From all the leaks that I've seen pertaining to the plot, this one seems the most likely, the most logical. Because we've seen how Yuri acts later on in the DLC, so it only makes sense. You know, of course, unless this is fake, and somebody who just used their brain decided to make this all up, because Yuri is a character in comic books and she becomes Wraith. So if you know that, then you could just lie and make this whole thing up. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of other leaks that I'm probably not going to talk about right now. I might make another video on it, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. Of all the leaks that you've seen about this game so far, which do you think is the most likely? Which do you think is true? Do you think all of them are false? Let me know in the comments. Like the video if you like, subscribe. See you in the next one.